Okay, this is take number 3. Every time I've done this video, I've forgotten that I had the microphone on mute. Okay, well, this is my oldest son right here, and so he is at the job with Dad today. And one of the things that I wanted to say is that I really am actually appreciating this whole process. I mean, it's more than just an exercise, and I'm seeing actually that it has some deep rooted impacts in, at least in my life, and that is to come away from working all the time. See, I'm the type of person who could easily put in 17 to 20 hours in a day, and it actually that has been my pattern. And it wasn't until being on that call with Tracy the other day with the midday motivational call, where I had to start really thinking about that and saying, you know what? There's a lot of things that I do just based on programming. I come from a family with West Indian, and just a very serious work ethic, where it's like, and I would only venture to say that I believe that my family thinks like this, because I know that that's how my mind has circulated for years. Is that if you're not doing something, then something's wrong. You got to fill up the day with something to do, make yourself busy. And I realized that there really is. That's not a good life to model to live by. And I'll tell you something. I'm going to tell you something. Actually, let me preempt what I'm about to say, just to say that I really am appreciating the fact that I'm able to actually conduct business and have my kids in the background, making their noises and all that, and it not be an issue. And there was one thing at the event that Tony Rush said that I totally understood and related to, and it was like when he was saying that he would have all the kids quiet down, quiet down, quiet down, and then the phone's ringing, and he'd pick it up, and then he'd put on this business voice, and I'm thinking like, yeah, I remember those days. And so now, paradigm shift, where we actually could have our family around and it not be unprofessional, because this is our business. This is what we do. This is freedom. The other day, yesterday actually, I was in the front yard with my wife after I, did my taping in the backyard. And, so she was sitting there, doing some weeding and all that, and, kind of getting the front yard kind of prepped because, like I said, it looked like a jungle. And, as we were sitting there talking, then I got out the camera. I was like, oh, let me take a picture. Of course, we're all scruffy and whatnot, and not our norm, because usually, we don't, well, she doesn't take pictures when she's not looking, just right on top of it. And then I thought about something, and it was something that was actually a very liberating thought. And that thought was, wait a minute, who are we getting all dressed up for? Who are we prettying ourselves? Not that you don't take care of yourself, not that you don't, groom yourself and all that. That's not what it's about. But the thought that I had was, we operate in so much of a box that we really rarely get an opportunity to express ourselves in the truest form of who we are. So I took a couple of pictures with her, and one of them she did one of those numbers, and then she was like, "Oh no, you erased that." And I was like, "No." I said, "You know what? I think this is good, because this is us. I mean, we've got a really good sense of humor. We crack each other up all the time, and our kids crack us up all the time too." Might say. And I was thinking, I said, you know what? It's about time that we just take everything about us out of the box. That we run our business with freedom, with liberation, and that we do the things that we know to do, because we're professionals, but that we don't run by somebody else's rules when we're doing it, because it does not affect the quality of work that we do. And now, since we are transitioning into working only for ourselves, I'm steadily moving on getting rid of clients. I'm a media planner, and to move them off of the plate, because I really want my complete life back. And it's fine, having clients and all that, getting a check, but still somewhere in there is like a shackle because now I've got to do something for them in order to get paid, and then I'm subject to them if they want a different tweak and all that, and I'm, constantly needing to make them happy because they are the client. I don't want to live that life anymore. And so Empower Network is the perfect way for me not to do that, because I'm working totally for myself. And everybody who joins my organization, they're working for themselves also. And it is a process where they're able to better themselves. They're able to gain in their leadership skills. They're able to gain in their marketing skills. They're able to get, so it is a total win-win situation. They get what they need. I get what I need. Our organization grows. We help them grow their organization. They're getting 100% commission. I'm getting 100% commission. There's the passive bonuses and all of the whole thing. It's a very well thought out, very well structured and infrastructured system. So I like that about where it is that I'm seeing our lives going right now. And today, when I got that sign up from a total stranger, what that did for me was it showed me that, and not that I had any doubt, because when I went to that event, and even before I went to the event in Chicago, I knew it was real. But going to the event just solidified so many things. After coming from the event, I was so fired up. My wife said, "Wow, you're different," I mean, in a good way. She's like, yeah, I could see a definite change. And I could feel that change. And, it started getting me to thinking about a lot of things. And I've been unraveling a lot of old patterns in my life. Even how I deal with the kids, I grew up old school. And so, but I started asking a lot of why questions. Okay, well, why is it that they can't talk during dinner time or play around or even play in their food? Why? I mean, when you think about it, kids, they're curious. And so they explore a lot, and that's the way that they understand the world around them. But when we grow up in certain confines, like, my grandparents, I mean, they had a certain way that they did things. My parents or mom had a certain way that she did things. And so we kind of modeled that. And somewhere along the lines, we stopped asking the questions, well, why is that? I mean, what is the reason behind that? What's the logic behind that? And so I started recently asking those questions. Well, what's the harm in this? And, okay, so what if they mess up the bathroom, get toilet paper all over the place? My thing then is, well, go clean it up. But it's not something for them to get in trouble about. It's just something, okay, so now you learn that, okay, this is what happens when you make a mess, and now this is how you clean it up. So I realized that as parents, we are not training kids, we are preparing adults. And now coming into Empower Network, looking at where it is that our life, the trajectory that our life is going in now, I'm looking at, okay, well, that means that we in turn are raising entrepreneurial adults. So we've got to make sure that we don't teach them how to get a job, but we teach them how to run their industries. We teach them how to use the resources in between their ears, in their head, use their minds in order to create and to prosper, and then they will be the employers giving people jobs instead of taking a job where, they're stamping a clock and they're trading their hours for dollars. So for me, I keep on coming back to my big why, and my big why, one of them is sitting here on my lap. The other one I'm married to, and the other two is one's getting ready to get his pull-up changed, and the other one is asleep. So I think that for me this has been a very cathartic experience. It's been a very liberating experience, and being able to really own our freedom, own our ownness, if you will, own our personalities, and not have to, squeeze it down in order to meet somebody else's expectations or their value system. It's like, okay, what is our value system? That's important. And I do have to say that I am very pleased that we got involved with Empowered Network when we did. And I'll talk more about how that all came about, because it's a pretty interesting story. And I'm actually almost completely at the tail end of all of the issues that I had physically when I was joining Empower Network, when I was searching for an answer, and Empower Network came on my radar. So all of that said, this is a pretty long video, so everybody who's watching this inside of our Ning site and on the YouTube channel. I guess you're gonna get to know a lot more about me in this video than probably some of the ones in the previous videos. So, oh well, cheers. Catch you guys later. Bye.